This video is by Straight Goods News, SGNews.ca.
Well, actually my initial reaction was it looks like a pre-election budget, to be honest. And in terms of women's issues, well, we're used to no mention at all, so there's a tiny little mention, so it's better, but it's still not good.
And were there any surprises in the budget for you?
For us, we have YWCA Canada in Iqaluit, which runs a shelter for abused women and a shelter for homeless women, and is dying for funding to get some permanent housing going, because they're moving women back and forth between the two. There's nowhere for them to go. So there was a surprise, and there's $100 million over 2 years for affordable housing in Nunavut. I have to say, in general, usually I just do a search through the budget for buzzwords that matter to us, like women, affordable housing, homelessness, and they all came up this year, so that was a little bit better. But in terms of funding, there is new funding for the Homelessness Partnering Secretariat, but it's focused on housing first, which has been a really good success through At Home Chez Soi, but in terms of women leaving shelters, it's not really a good model. It doesn't work as a model because they're not coming from the street, and the idea of housing first is straight from the street into housing. So we're still looking for some affordable housing dollars to make sure that women leaving shelters have somewhere to live.
So given Canada's growing income inequality, what do you think about the government's goal for the budget to be balanced by 2015?
I think it's not the right goal. I think the goal should be to actually spend the money we need to make safe lives for women across the country, and to reduce income inequality. That the fact that we've been going with this growing gap for years and years is really problematic. It's why we have, women are the fastest growing homeless population in the country, and it's because of those kinds of income inequality. This is why we just launched a campaign to end women's homelessness in Canada. I'm sure most Canadians didn't even realize that's something you need to campaign to end. The government has foregone billions in revenues by cutting taxes, and it's just made the pie smaller and smaller, and everyone's feeling the pain.